Hi, I'm Bowling Otter.
And I'm Lucy Sandwich.
And welcome to
The BS on the Internet.
Well, it's been another one of those weeks.
Whoa, it's been a crazy week. It's
been a week
long
indeed.
Week. Halloween was this week.
Halloween was this week, which means it was also Toddler Otter's birthday, because his birthday is Halloween, so he's a 2-year-old now. Yep.
He had a really good day.
Yeah, he had a great day.
He was so tired when he came home.
Yeah, he was loving Halloween.
By the time he was finishing up his birthday cake, he was sitting there and he was like, he was so tired. He was so sleepy.
But we put the cow costume on him, and he was just like,
Yeah, look at our Instagrams. You'll see the pictures of us. It was really cute.
Yeah, we put some stuff up there. It was great.
Yeah, he was a cow, and Maddie was a carton of milk, and I was a big cookie.
A little straw sticking out.
Right. And then we came home and we streamed, which was hilarious. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But whenever there's like a holiday or some kind of thing happening in the middle of the week, it throws me off.
Yeah.
And it makes me think like it was a weekend.
Okay.
Kind of, and then like the Thursday feels like a Monday. No, it wasn't a day off, but it was a real kind of like mad dash. Like I was running in, like getting balloons and like wrapping a present.
Doing Halloween and the birthday at the same time. We're realizing quickly that like, okay, that's a day.
And we had a choice too, because I had a C-section, and they went, Halloween, you sure Halloween? I was like, yeah, Halloween would be great.
Well, that happened to be the exact week prior to the due date, which is the day they wanted to do it. Like, all right, if we do it when we want to do it, it's Halloween. Are you okay with that? And she's like, okay, sure. Let's do Halloween.
That's true.
We could have vetoed it.
We
could
have vetoed it, and we did it. And it turned out that a lot of like party places, and I went to Party City, and I wanted to get balloons, and because it was a holiday, they had no call ahead orders. Same thing with like bakeries and getting a cake and everything. Everything was all kind of backed up. Helium shortage, yeah. So it was a crazy week for us, but we got to do this amazing stream. And I have to hand it to Maddie, by the way, for being an amazing husband, because we painted ourselves green for the stream. I'll show you in a second. We were floating heads, or you were a floating head, and I was kind of like a skeleton. And I took my necklaces off so that I could paint myself like this and tangled them all up in the process. And he spent 45
they were knotted up pretty
minutes
bad.
tonight unknotting these necklaces. I haven't had them on for 2 days because of that.
That's quite a chore. Unknot necklaces.
You were
They were
so
knots
committed.
on knots in that.
I know.
I'm not exaggerating. I would undo one. They'd be like, there's another knot right under it, another one right under it.
They're always tangled, and I'm so sorry. In so many of these videos, they're always all tangled up between the baby and Louie. Louie's all batting at them, and as long as they look somewhat presentable, I kind of just leave them as is. But he untangled them and did a beautiful job in 45 minutes, and I'm like, I feel so guilty, yelling at him in the bathroom as he's like playing with it.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to get the knot out.
I know. Marry an engineer if you can. They fix everything.
Yeah, all engineers know how to get.
I know.
That's part of the requirement.
You have the patience for that kind of thing.
I couldn't get certified for the engineer label until I had to undo knots on a necklace.
But we went on Twitch. We had to show you. Like, look at this. Look at Maddie's floating head.
Lissy painted me chroma key green. I had a chroma key green shirt on, and she painted me chroma key green from my neck up to about here, so I looked like a floating head.
I know.
And it was fun.
I loved it.
It was so much fun.
I loved it.
The whole time I was just doing this like very like gentle float around for half the time, so I just looked like this head that was kind of like.
I know. It was amazing. But the jump scares,
we
had the donations lined up with Scream.
Yeah.
So if we got a $6.66
or 666 bits,
Right. Then we would.
Then it would scream at us, and it was dramatic.
Go to
Twitch,
it was
funny. It was
and
funny.
look at our clips because they're ridiculous, and you guys were just unreal. But moving on, we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do. Okay, guys, we found this pretty interesting. I don't know if you've heard of the right to repair movement before, but it's basically people that own consumer electronics or any machinery that believe it's against the law or at least immoral for a company to prevent you from fixing your own equipment. They put digital rights management into the equipment itself so that it prevents you from working on it.
It's been like that for a long time.
Been like that for a long time. There's a famous version that Apple did with a MacBook Pro. Is there's a kill switch in those things.
Yeah.
Where if you do some repair and then I think part of the software reinstall does a check to the firmware on your chip. I forget what triggers it, but somehow it can tell whether or not you are an authorized repair technician or not.
Yeah.
And if you're not, it kills your MacBook Pro. they can just do that. I mean, you own it, and they'll just brick it.
And those things, they're expensive. If you're spending that much money for it, I should be able to smash it with a hammer.
You should be able to do whatever you want with it, right?
Yeah. You own it.
So there's an exception to copyright law that existed, I think, since 2015. That was an exemption to tractors, of all things.
Oh, yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah, you were actually able to buy. You could hack the DRM. People do this anyway, right? They hack DRM to get around stuff. They hack them to repair and get under the hood. But now what it means is that it's not illegal. It used to be technically illegal to do, right? Now it's technically not a violation of copyright law to hack the DRM of a tractor in order to fix it yourself and not have to pay somebody else to do it. That has now been extended to pretty much all consumer electronics. Like this giant, very broad expansion of that.
Yeah.
So now you can hack the DRM of like an Android phone or an iPhone in order to do the repairs you need to, specifically in order to get it back to the original intended working condition. Not necessarily to do anything else with it.
Right. That's all that's allowed, I think, now. They just want you to get it back to its original state.
Which is crazy. You couldn't do that before.
Yeah, original specifications in accordance with its original specifications.
But the problem is...
why did it take that?
It's
just, I feel like it's preposterous that it took so long to get to this point.
Yeah, it is, but it still doesn't fix a lot of stuff because the problem is you still have to hack the DRM to begin with,
right.
Which isn't necessarily easy to do.
No,
you have to be a really skilled person to get into this stuff. You've had to be quite a hobbyist usually to really get under the hood of that stuff. So
and they're out there,
where it does allow people to kind of probably get some business for themselves that know how to do this stuff to repair the people's things for cheaper. That's good, but even if you want to get into your own stuff, you still have to hack it. And there's an interesting quote here I saw from where is it? Here we go. Cory Doctorow, he's a consultant to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, anti-DRM advocate, okay? So he's saying that the thing is there's these two contradictory pretenses, that manufacturers are saying that DRM is an effective means of technical control even in the absence of legal penalties for breaking it, and two, that once you remove the legal stricture on breaking it, it will not be hard to accomplish that. So it actually would be easy to circumvent.
Right.
If it was suddenly like legal. So it's like it's totally contradictory. The idea is DRM doesn't freaking work. It doesn't do what it was intended to do. It's just getting in the way. It's anti-consumer.
It is.
It doesn't freaking work, guys. So it's like let's just move on. Like there's going to be some breakage here. There's going to be some losses, but it doesn't seem to be the way to go. But at least there is a step forward, a big step in the right direction to at least get to people to. It won't no longer be considered illegal to try to fix your own stuff. But it doesn't make that DRM itself illegal, which means there's no reason to Apple to remove that kill switch in MacBook Pros. So you better be really good and trust yourself that you know how to hack that stuff, that it's not going to happen, or every time you work on it, you're risking bricking thousands of dollars worth of your laptop. So you're not even going to bother. It's still a deterrent.
And then it's
like that.
Tough noogies.
Basically.
If you brick it.
So it's got some time to go, but this is a huge step in the right direction.
I think so. Okay, so in the beginning of the week, there was all this like mess going around saying that Twitter is thinking about removing the like button, the little heart. And remember, I can't believe it was back in 2015 that it was the star, and then they changed it to the heart. I feel like that was last year. That they changed it. Time flies.
Time flies when you have fun with Twitter.
When you have fun with Twitter. But people are not happy about it. But you know what's really interesting? I was like, why? And I was like, why are they thinking about doing this in the first place? And supposedly it's because by it's changing the original purpose of the button to begin with, because what Twitter intended that button to be for was to just, I see you, I acknowledge it. And now that it's changed to a heart, it is now like an endorsement. And like fights start over this. Like how many times have you seen some kind of, I see it all the time, some kind of like drama thing going on where so-and-so liked this tweet that was throwing shade at this person, and why would you like that tweet? So it's kind of just like a little underhanded, like it could be a little passive aggressiveness if you like a tweet that says something shady or whatever. And because that's happening, they don't like the trepidation it's causing on the platform. It's causing some things popping up in people's timelines. And there's a lot of exchanging of propaganda. And if you like something, it can kind of blow up into this big thing and all these people see it. So in an effort to try and clean up the platform and halt the spread of misinformation in some way, they want to try and maybe remove the like button.
So it's about misinformation?
They're saying that it's the like button was originally supposed to be just I see it, but now it's an endorsement. And because it's now an endorsement, or it has changed to an endorsement, it's changing the tone of the whole platform.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I explaining that correctly?
Yeah.
They're saying it's kind of made it a combative type of platform now.
Oh, I think it is anyway. I don't know what
it
that
may have gotten there anyway, to be honest. Yeah.
I think it has been for a long time. It's famously, it's just big echo chambers, people fighting. It's social media in a nutshell, right?
Of course, yeah.
I think that the like button is just a half-ass retweet.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. If you like it, retweet it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because if you click like, if you endorse then it shows up in the feed of people who follow you, which is basically retweet without retweeting it, without being like, I totally want to retweet it. It's kind of like, I'll kind of retweet it.
I kind of want you to see this. Take a look at it.
Yeah. So I feel like it's pointless. When I realized that, it was just kind of like, oh my God, it's the same freaking thing. It's totally redundant.
Right. Like you could retweet without comment.
Yeah.
Or hit like, and you'd get the same result.
Yeah. I think a lot of people use likes to kind of like bookmark stuff.
Right.
But isn't there a bookmark command?
Yeah, they have the bookmark command.
Yeah,
they
so what the heck is the like there for then?
But
there's a bookmark, there's a retweet.
Do you guys bookmark tweets? I never bookmark
I forget it's there. And you know what? There's been a few times that I've wanted to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's some tweets I wish I still kept around.
Threads or something like that?
Not only just threads, just like some what was that pixelated boat joke I saw the other day that I was dying.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just like a funny GIF or something like that.
Yeah. It's just like there's random stuff, and it'd be fun to go through bookmarks like you would bookmark a web page, right? Although you can bookmark it as a web page if you really wanted to. But either way, it does seem like it renders the like button redundant.
Right.
Either one of two ways, either as the bookmark or as the retweet.
Yeah.
But I'd be curious if you guys are using it in a different way. If there's something else that you use it by that you think there would be a functionality that will be lost by getting rid of the like button, I'd be curious what you guys think.
I have been guilty of using the like button as a way to endorse an idea without really getting into the meat of the argument. Like, so say somebody says, the next subject we're going to talk about, another shooting, devastating that there was a shooting in Pittsburgh, right? And I hit like on that. That's kind of a way for me to kind of let everybody know that I don't have the words right now, so I'll like it so that I'm thinking about it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's kind of sometimes I'll use it as a way to kind of let everybody in on my thought process. But I also use it if some of you guys tweet me and you'll say like, hey, I love today's video and I hit like.
I usually use it to like acknowledge the stuff that you guys are sending.
I see you.
Yeah, totally.
And then, because a lot of times, I don't have the time to sit on my phone all day and unfortunately write everybody back. So I'll kind of, if I have a minute, just go like boop, 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 and like, and go down some of my mentions and do it that way. But I could see that there could be a way around it. The bookmark thing, I think I've done by accident, but there are times where I've accidentally liked stuff. The other day, Donald Trump tweeted something and I was showing Maddie a response to it. It was a funny GIF or something. And he went, oh, you just liked his tweet.
She was scrolling down.
As you were scrolling down. And I went, oh,
you like that tweet?
And I went, oh God. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was worried it was going to show up in my feed, So there's that kind of thing where, you could accidentally do it. But if they take it out, people will be mad for a little while. And then I suppose you could retweet. But do you think it will clean up the climate?
I don't know about that cleaning up the climate.
Because that's the big thing.
Is it really? I didn't realize that they're actually trying to influence the content.
Right.
That's interesting.
They're saying they don't want as much cross discussion of everybody because everybody's kind of seeing each other's business.
Oh yeah. There was an interesting. The way he put it was interesting. Wait, here
healthy
we have
conversation.
We have a big like button with a heart on it, and we're incentivizing people to want it to go up. Is that the right thing versus contributing to the public conversation or a healthy conversation? How do we incentivize healthy conversation?
Yes.
So they do want the communication.
Right.
They just they're trying to make it less about winning social network points. I think winning e-points.
Right, for sure.
I think I totally get that. If they want their service to be less about social cred,
sure,
and more about discussion. Then maybe that does make the
discussion
that makes the like button seem superfluous and kind of pointless, and definitely anti that, because like they said, that's just incentivizing people to get a number to go up, right? Instead of incentivizing people to discuss. Because if somebody sees a tweet that they like, I might want to talk about this, like, but I'll just click like, and I'll be like, cool, yeah, I got it. Anyway, I'm moving on.
Yep.
And if there's no like button, then you're either going to retweet it or you're going to comment.
Yeah.
Comments, discussion. Retweeting it is a full endorsement that can drive discussion too.
Yeah.
Or you're just not going to do anything if you don't think that enough of it. So it's like, it is interesting to think if that would be enough to somebody that would have clicked that like button to tip them into actually engaging. I'd be curious, and I'm wondering if, like, what do you guys think of that? Like, if you saw a tweet that you thought was kind of interesting, and there's a like button, and that's satisfying enough to click and move on, but if the like button wasn't there, would that actually maybe think, I still want to interact with whatever this subject is, and I still want to talk about it? Would that kind of tip you into doing that?
Because there's things that I hit like on that maybe I don't necessarily want to talk about.
Yeah.
Not because I want to avoid the conversation. Maybe I want to avoid the conversation. But
in this case, you would just avoid the conversation.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know? But like, what does the like button do for you then? I mean, like, what is lost by not having it there?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So what is lost if I don't hit the like button? Letting anybody who follows me know what I'm thinking about or what I'm, but is that really
But you
necessary?
Can tweet or retweet.
Yeah, I could retweet it. Yeah, if
like,
it meant that
Twitter's
much
already
to me.
there for that, right?
Yeah,
Twitter's should already be fulfilling that role.
True.
You know?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm really curious what you guys think about this.
Yeah, please put in the comments. I'm kind of like, But I think as of this was really talked about earlier in the week, I think maybe they were saying they're not going to do it now or whatever. But I just thought the discussion was really interesting.
Oh, really? They're not going to do it now?
I don't know.
I think once it's been brought up and I think about it, I'm like, what's it there for? Let's get rid of it. Yeah.
They were like kind of flip-flopping on it in the beginning of the week, and I haven't heard much about it in a day or so. So I'm wondering if they're just like, I don't know.
Okay, guys, I don't know if you've heard about this over the past week. It was a pretty big news that there was a shooter in Pittsburgh that shot up a synagogue. And he was very forthright in his anti-Semitic beliefs and thoughts. So this was a straight-up hate crime. A lot of people died. A lot of old people died. It's really sad. But there was a really cool silver lining from it because, you think about warring religions all the time and stuff like that. It's just a thing that happens across the world. But in this case, there was a Muslim-led fundraiser that raised $150,000 for the funeral costs of the shooting victims because
in 48 hours.
Yeah, in 48 hours.
Yeah, they covered the funerals of all of them.
They covered everyone's funeral costs.
Yeah.
So that's just a really awesome story about one of those times that, like, there are still moments, even as something as divisive as religion, that there's still things that will happen that could still get above that and be like, we're just going to help each other out because we're people. Yeah. And that's really good, because that's like probably almost as tribal as it gets, right?
Right.
Religious tribalism, and for something to like really break through that,
right.
It's kind of like a reminder that we still have it in us as people to do that, and that's it's kind of a nice. It's definitely a terrible tragedy, but it's a nice feeling to come out of that, socially.
We were just talking before we started this video that we live kind of near a synagogue. And fairly near a synagogue.
Right down the street.
Yeah, right down the street. And there was all kinds, we were in the Facebook group for our town, and there were all kinds of like gatherings and vigils and things, not just at the synagogue, but, just in the community to let everybody know that, like we see you, we support you and all of that kind of stuff. But just a straight up hate crime like this, is just, I was reading something, I forget where, and they were, talking to people from the area because Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh, if any of you have been, it's a very tight-knit community. It's a really, really cool town, Pittsburgh, if you ever get a chance to go. It's really nice. A lot of really, really nice people. And they're saying that they're very happy that their parents weren't around to see this because so many Jewish people feel like they've been safe in the United States since the war, and they were able to kind of, breathe a sigh of relief here, and they have been safe ever since for decades, and I just saw some poll or something not too long ago that said people are starting to forget the Holocaust. It's becoming just something in a history book that happened. We're getting
black and white pictures.
Yeah, we're getting too far removed from it.
Might as well have been the Mayflower,
Yeah, it's kind of getting into that realm where people are kind of forgetting about it, And if you ever have a chance to go to the Holocaust Museum,
it's crazy
in Washington,
to think about how
DC,
recent that still was.
It's very
less than 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy.
Right?
I mean, You think about the concept of that and what actually happened wasn't that long ago.
One of these women, this Rose Mallinger on the site, is a Holocaust survivor, was a Holocaust survivor. She made it through all that, and then
this had to happen,
I know, it's like, but so many people in there are saying, I'm so glad that my parents weren't around to see this.
Yeah, so they at least were able to live feeling safe.
That they did the right thing in coming here and raising their kids here and all of that, but people are starting to forget about it. But this makes me feel a little, not better, but
not better, but it can still make you feel good. There still can be a good feeling to come from that.
Yeah, for sure. To know that there's, and that's always something
independent of what the shooting was.
Yeah, and that's always something to look for after any of these tragedies. Is there's always people that are jumping to action, and people are giving blood and all kinds of stuff. So I know. There's still
that sense of unity that happens in this situation.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
like I remember after the Pulse shooting, too many people were giving blood.
Yeah.
They were turning people away.
There's a lot of really good people.
There's a lot of really good people.
And you forget because you hear about the bad people all day, every day.
I know.
Most people are good.
Yeah.
And this is when they show up. Stuff like this, and then you get that reminder that there could be one terrible person to do this, but then how many good people come out in response.
This is what I feel like people need to tell their kids about, like growing up in this. Like, can you imagine having like an elementary school aged child right now? That would be crazy. Or being of elementary school age and seeing this happen around you and being afraid. And I feel like this is what I would concentrate on.
Yeah.
All of the nice people.
Look at the response.
Look at the response. Look at all the nice people that come out and help and, and donate and, their time and their money.
Yeah, you can be one of those people.
And they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
There's more of them.
Yep.
There's much more of them.
Yeah, far more of them. Absolutely.
But it's like another one. Okay, bringing the mood back up. It's time for the subreddit of the week. And this week's subreddit is What Could Go Wrong? We're out of the scary ones now.
Yeah, we're done with the scary ones.
Oh my gosh, the entire month of October, I banked like another 20 really, really good subreddits that I didn't even know existed. So I am so freaking excited. But I decided to start with this one because obviously it's people doing really dumb things and they don't think about them ahead of time. And it's like, well, yeah, of course you thought that was going to happen. Of course. So like, for example, jumping over a huge effing hay bale, what could go wrong? Yeah. Like what?
That is.
Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Oh my God.
Wow, he did like a cartwheel.
Yeah. How hard he got hit and how fast he moved after that is actually hilarious and kind of terrifying.
But you know what?
How quickly, look at that.
But you know what?
That could have been so much worse.
He wasn't even close to jumping over.
Oh, you're right.
Look.
Yeah, it hit him in the chest.
He was probably like, want to do it? Yeah, he probably, look where it hits him. Look, yeah.
Yeah, with the waist at least.
No, dude.
He didn't even get halfway over.
Nope. Yeah. This one was the top today, which actually inspired me picking the subreddit for today. I'll just misuse gym equipment. What could go wrong? How did you think this was going to go, dude? Yeah! He could have lost an eyeball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why did he have to stand so far back?
I still don't understand. I still don't understand why he's using a band at all. He could put more weights on the bar.
Maybe somebody was hogging the weights. That happens.
Oh, my God. Yeah, maybe all the plates. Look at his plates. No, look at all those plates behind him.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at all those plates.
Oh,
you freaking put more weight on the bar.
Dude. Oh my gosh. See? I feel so bad laughing at this, but
yeah. I don't feel bad about laughing at that.
Oh,
That was
no.
Come on.
What is this? I'm so scared. Not checking the length of the bungee cord.
Oh.
It doesn't say not safe for work. I'm looking.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, is she just gonna fall in the water? Oh my God. I'm scared to watch this.
Oh no, really?
Oh my God. It probably took so much courage anyway. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh no. Well, oh my God, it was shallow.
Oh, crap. No way.
Sue.
Oh, she's awake. She's awake.
Oh my God, I would sue
Holy
so
crap, yeah.
bad.
Oh my God.
Ooh, I was getting, as soon as I saw that was water, I was like,
thought
okay,
that was
I feel a little
deep
bit
water,
better.
so I thought she just dove right in.
Oh my God.
That was messed up.
That was messed up. How about getting too close to a wild fox? What could go wrong?
Foxy.
He's so cute.
Snapchat
though.
this.
Foxy. I'm gonna put 2 little
Yeah,
earrings
right.
there. It's gonna be great.
He's a happy guy too. I think foxes are so freaking cute, man.
Yeah, but they're
It's a bumpers though. Yeah, that's not. Enjoy your rabies. Good for you. Good for you. He's kind of like, oh, you got food in here? Now I'm gonna go buy some alcohol. I'm gonna buy some food.
That dude's crafty. He was like, I'm gonna walk right up to you. You're not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna take us and go. You're gonna do nothing. You'll do nothing.
You won't do nothing. Oh my God. Like, what do you do?
Oh my God, he's still chasing him. He's recorded his whole thing.
Look at like the guilty AF. Oh
Did he
my
get it
God,
back?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, because
Oh, here we go. Trying to make a call in the middle of the street. Okay. This traffic would give me a heart attack.
yeah, this should be.
Look at this. Oh my God. I would rage. And there's this guy crossing the street. Wow.
Still not going?
That's like, what? Wow, dude. Look at that, putting the brakes on. She's holding the brakes.
What is even the reason for doing it anymore? What is the reason for resisting moving that?
I know, because they're trying to prove a point. Look, this guy didn't even care either. Look. It was like,
This is
all right. Yeah,
ridiculous.
look,
Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
carry
go
on,
ahead.
carry on.
Wow.
It's just,
That would be infuriating. But
This
you
looks
know
like
what? I would
complete
just
chaos.
sit there and take it. I would just wait and like try and go. I'd maybe honk. I wouldn't get out. But then, yeah, like, why would you lock the brakes? Like, some people just lack like the social awareness. Like, what? You don't, like, I'm making a phone call. What do you want? You know, like, oh my gosh.
this just looks like total chaos.
That is some special.
And like nobody else is even concerned. Actually,
Yeah.
no, they're here.
Yeah,
now
some
they are.
people are
But
like-
some people look at some people are just like, I'm just gonna drive by.
Look, and she's like, what? No,
You know,
I'm
how
on the
often
phone.
does this look at these streets? How often do you think this kind of thing happens?
I know.
This probably isn't unusual at all
Maybe.
at this point.
Maybe. I gotta hand it to this guy for trying to like, look at that. She's like, no, I'm staying put. That is a special kind of narcissism right there. That thinks like, you know, like everybody
Yeah.
has known or met somebody that thinks their needs are so much more important than everybody else's.
Yeah.
Like walking really slow in the middle of a busy sidewalk, or, you know, like holding up an escalator. It's just, but then again, some people don't have a lot of experience in crowds. I've seen that too, you know, where they just don't know how to move along. Like, we grew up in and around cities a lot, so we know how to navigate cities and things, but not a lot of people are like that.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
this is
special
somebody who's
kind of
going out of their way to
skill.
not move. You know,
Yeah.
they're not trying to figure out how to navigate.
Yeah, that's a
They're
good
just
point.
not moving.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
for the sake of not moving.
Oh my God, I don't know how I would handle that. How would
don't
you guys
either.
handle that? I'd probably honk and then try and get around her, and maybe flag down a cop or something like
Yeah.
that, like one of these little traffic guys that are walking around or whatever, traffic
Yeah.
cops.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get out and drag her across the street.
I probably wouldn't get out and drag her across the street.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have taken it that far. But, you know, all right.
Nasty.
You got it done.
Oh my gosh, the internet broke on Wednesday when the first look at Henry Cavill as Geralt, right? People are flipping out. So I saw all over Twitter and whatnot that they think he looks like Legolas. They think he looks like Christopher Lambert from Mortal Kombat when he was Raiden.
Mortal
They
Kombat.
think he looks like Lucius Malfoy. It's like, it's crazy. So they have them side by side. And I see that there was a lot of people that were complaining. They're saying, where's his beard? Where's his scars? But this is based on the books.
Yes.
Not the video games.
And I'm pretty sure that where he is at the beginning of this is before he gets the scar.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as I understand.
Yeah, as far as I understand it. And apparently, didn't his character in the books like hate facial hair or something? I think he like...
Oh, I don't know.
There's something like he did not have a beard, I don't think.
Oh.
At least for like a period of time. I know he didn't always have it.
Right.
So it's like, everyone's freaking out because he doesn't look like Geralt from The Witcher 3. And it's like, he isn't Geralt from The Witcher 3.
Right.
He's in a complete different stage of witchering.
Of witchery.
Of witching.
Yes. And I didn't know this until the other day, that the author of the Witcher books does not like the games. And he has been, like, they've been in and out of like the legal system trying to,
That's
CD
unfortunate.
Projekt Red. Yeah. And just was not happy how they did it. So this is like the actual screen test, costume, makeup test. And then, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, he looks like Superman. You know, also the eyes, where's like the cat eyes. You know, and he looks kind of worried as well. He does look like Superman in a wig.
He does look like Superman in a wig a little bit. But I don't know. I'm still
Drink the potion.
kind of...
in a sultry way.
yeah.
Look at you.
Well, it's Geralt.
Yeah, that's true.
What does he do that isn't sultry?
He's got
you
a
know?
smolder.
Yes, he does have a smolder and a half.
You know?
But I'm still going to give him the benefit of the doubt of this.
Yeah, why not?
I'm super excited about this, and I'm still going to give him the benefit of the doubt as being The Witcher.
I like
Because I mean,
him.
he's a
good.
really good actor.
He is.
And he's super into the Witcher series and video games in general. So I feel like he's got to be in his element.
Yeah,
getting to play this
oh,
role.
right. He knew like all about it.
Yeah, he
like,
said he's
loved
played The Witcher
games
3
and
multiple
stuff.
times. Like,
yeah.
he's into those games a lot. So it's always exciting when you get to see someone like who's a capable actor and also playing a character, paying tribute to a character that they get.
Right.
And they can get behind,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So that helps you as a fan watching. You get more
for sure.
excited about it. You know, they're going to try to do it just as best they can based on their own experience with the character.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm hoping that this would actually just mean that enough things are going to happen in the course of The Witcher so that it ends up with him looking
Like weathered
like the
and-
crazy scar. Like, I would rather, if that's the way it ends up, I would rather he started like this, looking like Legolas.
Oh, totally,
'Cause if at
totally.
the end it can make him look like he's been through something.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
instead of just the whole time, like, I've always been this rugged guy and I'm just going to be this rugged
Right.
guy from beginning to end, you know?
Somebody said he looked like dark mode Legolas.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
pretty
"Aw."
perfect. That's pretty
yeah,
perfect.
I know. I thought that was pretty good, but
Yeah.
still, I was like, oh man, give him a chance. And everybody's always first reactions to everything are always like everybody just wants to crap on it.
Yeah,
you know. So that's happened so many times. Like very rarely is somebody like, wow, they look great. You know, everybody's like, wait a minute.
Especially when it's like it has to do with
character that's
franchises
established.
that people hold, like near and dear.
Oh, of course,
You know,
yeah.
you just get super protective of them. You know, so
Yeah, I've been guilty of that too. I'm having that moment with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
out this weekend, and I'm debating whether or not to go see it and everything. I'm super protective of Queen and all that, but I try and keep an open mind. I'm trying, but I'm like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. We'll see, but I get it.
And lastly, because it's going to happen before the next episode we have, November 6th is a big election in the U.S. If you guys are living in the States, you probably know about this with the midterm elections for Congress, for congressional seats, is on Tuesday. So if you guys are at all invested in anything that's going on, then go
Please
check
be
out
invested.
vote.org and make sure you're registered. I'm not sure if you can register now, but
Yeah, it's been
you
a
can at
little
least
while.
confirm it if you're not sure, and you can find polling places and like the best times to go.
Yeah.
And you can actually do some registration here. I don't know if it'll be in time for this election or not. But
Yeah, I
worth
think
trying.
we're kind of down to the wire. There's some states that offer early voting. You could have done that. There's some states that don't.
Yeah.
But, make sure if you're going to be voting, I hope all of you are voting. If you do, please send me a tweet and let me know that you're voting, because I know it's been shoved down everybody's throats for the last month. And then you know what's going to happen the second this election is over? Then we're going to get into the presidential election.
Yeah,
in
this
2020.
cycle's not going to end
And it's just going
soon,
to, oh
man.
my God, like, I don't know about you guys, like there's signs everywhere on
Signs, the
everybody's
commercials,
lawns.
like,
the
oh.
commercials, like I'm so
Yeah.
ready for it to be over. But it's really, really important. And I hope, I know that a lot of you are taking it very, very seriously. And I know that you will be voting. because it's a good idea to vote. And yeah, so please go. Let us know if you do go, and make sure you have a game plan. You know, like a ride and what time to go. And sometimes those lines get long.
Designated driver, in case you're gonna tailgate.
Right. But yeah, so it is this Tuesday. So go vote.
All right, guys, that was a week of stuff.
Ooh, a lot of it.
If you want to read anything more about what we talked about, links are in the description. And if you like this video, please support us on Patreon. Click like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, bye.
Bye.